No, this isn't a Liquid Death promotion. I'm just really thirsty. Unless. So the Minnesota Vikings finally did it. They signed that dude, number 18, making him the highest paid non-quarterback of all time. It was a 4-year contract extension, $140 million, $110 million fully guaranteed. And this man went from making $3 to $4 million on his rookie deal a year to $35 million a year, right? And very well deserves it. I have my ifs and ands about it, but I was thinking more of like long term, right? So it got to the point where I know, who was it? The the Los Angeles Chargers, I apologize, were coming up with this huge trade deal to send Justin Herbert for Justin Jefferson, right? And I was thinking, hey, if it comes down to that, longevity wise, Justin Jefferson's 25, so realistically 5 to 7 more years, and Justin Herbert, we know quarterbacks can go till they're 60 right now nowadays. So I was thinking, hey, there's so much going on too. Then the 49ers too had a huge trade deal. So much was going on, right? But it happened. We got 18. I'm glad he's back. He's gonna be in purple and gold for the next 5 years. And then the way it all unfolded, I'll talk about that right now. But so before I get into that, 2 questions, right? Why did it take so long, and what this does to the league, right? And as far as like stock value, quarterbacks, even non-quarterbacks, right? We'll get into that. So why did it take so long? I'll get with the minimal problem now, right? So Justin Jefferson got hurt. He missed 7 games this past year. Mind you, the dude still went over 1,000 yards, right? That didn't play into a huge factor, but it kind of unraveled with everything else, right? So he got hurt. Well, first of all, Kirk Cousins got hurt, right? He was playing at an MVP level. Say what you want, and then he tore his Achilles, right? And at 35 years old, there's a lot of question marks there, right? And then JJ gets hurt, right? And then in comes Jaren Hall. Jaren Hall gets hurt, right? And then in comes Nick Mullins, right? So I'm personally not, I didn't judge harshly as other people did, because they were like, oh, Kirk's hurt, he's 35, what's gonna happen there? Should we extend him? And if we do, hometown discount, too old, too much severe of an injury, so should we even do that, right? So the season unfolds, right? And what happens, right? TJ Hawkinson also tears his ACL. So we'll go with the injuries, right? Kirk Cousins tears his Achilles, right? Justin Jefferson pulls a hammy, out for 7 games, right? TJ Hawkinson tears his ACL towards the end of the year, right? So all those are little rumbles, right? Little rumbles in the locker room. And then they start questioning Kevin O'Connell because Nick Mullins isn't doing so well, right? After Jaren Hall, again, got hurt. So why are Minnesota Vikings fans, community, even GMs, managers, why was there so much rumble of panic, right? Kirk Cousins, yes, that was the biggest reason why this contract extension took so long. But then they started paying everybody else, right? They extended TJ Hawkinson. They brought in Aaron Jones. Everybody was getting their bag, right? Except Justin Jefferson. And that kind of went as like huge disrespect, I think. And then the longer that the contract didn't come, or there wasn't an agreement, I feel like the longer it took, the harder it was going to be to sign it, because I was taking it as huge disrespect. So many people were just getting signed, and this man wasn't. Very well deserving, needs it, right? Best receiver in the league by far. So then the draft came, right? The draft came, and then JJ McCarthy, right? So that was a huge light bulb in the other JJ, Justin Jefferson. And he's like, okay, so we are gonna rebuild. And I'm still in my prime. He's still 25, but they're keeping the same defense, right? They're still keeping Kevin O'Connell. Jordan Addison, rookie receiver from last year, Nobody even notices this too. Took wide receiver 1 while JJ got hurt and put up over 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns with, 4 different quarterbacks, right? If you count the whole Pastronaut thing, that was like only alive for like 4 games. I forgot about him, Joshua Dobbs, because it was so quick, right? His little era. So he put up 10 touchdowns and 1,000 yards with 4 different quarterbacks, and nobody bats an eye. Nobody bats an eye, right? So Justin Jefferson, he literally made his decision lengthy as hell, and for good reason, right? It frustrated all of his Minnesota Vikings fans, right? But what did he do, right? He saw Kirk Cousins leave. Whoa. All right, what am I going to do now? Should I stay unless we bring in a veteran quarterback? Hey, the Justin Herbert trade talks are kind of serious. If Justin Herbert comes, I'm for sure staying. But if Justin Herbert comes, they're going to have to pay him. So how are they going to pay me? We don't have a running back. In comes Aaron Jones. Like all that is going on in the man's head, right? I believe so. So the Justin Herbert thing didn't happen. The draft comes. They get JJ McCarthy, right? From Michigan. Born natural winner, right? Dude does not know how to lose, right? And then they get Dallas Turner. So that's going to beef up the defense too, right? And then you plug them with Jordan Addison, right? And then you have TJ Hawkinson coming back from ACL surgery. And then I already said Aaron Jones is there. I mean, that's a pretty dynamic offense, if I got to say so myself, right? And then the defense, just give Flores some time and he'll tweak it up. We're doing pretty good towards the end of the season. And I believe that's what made JJ say, okay, you know what? The money's really good, right? I love Minnesota. Let me just stay here, right? Let me be another Moss here. Let me be another Randy Moss here. Let me be another AP here. And hopefully not just be those two, but bring jewelry to the place, right? Because those two weren't able to, right? So that, I believe, is why it took so long and why he finally made his decision barely into June. Okay. Now, what does this do? I know CeeDee Lamb wants a contract. I know Brandon Ayuk wants a contract. If I saw they're both going to hold out. Now, so JJ signed the 140, 110 guaranteed, right? Which is unheard of, which why it made him the first ever to do that, right? So CeeDee and Brandon Ayuk aren't better, right? They're definitely top 10 wide receivers as far as not production, but value-wise. You know, young, explosive, a lot to their team, right? CeeDee is the number 1 there. Brandon Ayuk's number 1 there. And then we don't know what's going to happen with Debo. They're still in trade talks since after the bowl. So they don't deserve more than Justin Jefferson, right? Mind you, this was 4 years. I believe he could have done 1 more year and would have broke another, value market. But so what happens now, right? Justin Jefferson at 25 gets 110 guaranteed, 140 million. So what does Ayuk and CeeDee Lamb deserve, right? So I'm going to talk about those two really quick. CeeDee Lamb, he gets target fed so much, right? So his production is easy to be awed about, right? Brandon Ayuk is more of a very well shared environment, right? Brandon Ayuk, now Ricky Pearsall's there, Debo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle. You know what I mean? So that contract's going to be they got to talk to Ayuk and say, hey, like, there's a lot of mouths to feed. What do you think? What are the numbers of being a shared complement to the team, right? Whereas CeeDee Lamb, he's probably going to be like, hey, I'm the only option. Nobody else could catch here. Nobody could get open like me. And obviously it's true, right? There's no one around him to help as far as catching wise. So that's going to be difficult to do. So he doesn't deserve 140. He doesn't deserve more than 110 guaranteed or 35 a year. I believe Tyreek Amon-Ra are making 30 million. So it's not about if you're better. It's just where the market's at. That's what a lot of people need to understand too. The market's always going to go up as far as the stock value in the NFL. So I'd say he'd get around 28, 30, Ayuk probably the same, but also it depends if with Debo too. Like if Debo leaves, then I think Ricky Pearsall and him are going to share collectively high volume targets, right? Obviously CMC too, catches out of the backfield. George Kittle, I could see him moving more. I could see him getting his targets like faded away, like 1 to 2 targets a game, and just him being an extra lineman on the field, which is what he is and what he's really good at. He's the best at it, right? Because Ricky Pearsall, Debo, and then Juwan Jennings, Ayuk, CMC with Kittle, that's too many mouths to feed, right? But that's getting away from the point. I'm just trying to say how that correlates with the contract extension. Like, what do you pay? What are you paying, right? With CeeDee Lamb, you're gonna get 150, 160, 170 targets. Even though he does drop a lot, he will have 1,600 yards, right? It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. There's a lot of people forget CeeDee Lamb's the number 1 option. There's an extra game now, so those numbers look amazing. They look incredible, right? But is it really that amazing? But I think CeeDee Lamb's contract should be easy, 30 million. You know, I don't think he's better than Tyreek Hill. I don't think he's better than Amon-Ra. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Ayuk needs to understand, hey, there's a lot going on. Maybe if Debo is dished out, then his contract will come in. But we gotta see. But agree to disagree. Just meet me at the 50-yard line. Go ahead, leave a like. Go ahead and comment what's next. I got time now, so comment what should be a good story for this week coming up. I know OTAs and the season's gonna start here in a couple months. So yeah, but I got time. I got time now. You know, as a teacher, didn't have any time, but now I got time. And don't forget to subscribe, right? So this is a 50-yard line in the summer. Really do comment. Please push, because that makes me want to put out more videos. And I will this summer. I have a lot of time now. I have no excuse. So yeah, peace.
The time has finally come. The deal I've been waiting for since I was a little kid. Being doubted my whole career, not being highly recruited, not being the first receiver off the draft board. This whole journey wasn't easy for me. First off, I want to thank the man above. Without God, wouldn't be possible at all. To be given a gift to play football at the highest level. It's a blessing, it's an honor. My mom and dad, thank you. This is a journey for all of us. And y'all stood with us every step of the way. To my brothers, Ricky and Jordan, y'all are everything. Y'all made me who I am today. This is a new step in our journey, a new step in life. Always dreamt of this moment, and to now share it with all of y'all. A dream that we all had. It's a blessing. Kevin O'Connell, Kwesi, the Wilfs, I appreciate y'all for giving me this opportunity. Ben, my agent, thank you for getting this deal done. Last but not least, thank you to the fans. Y'all set the tone, y'all set the mood, y'all set the energy, and I'm definitely excited to set that energy for 5 more years. Thank you, all of the ones that supported me throughout the whole way. This is the start of it, but we ain't done yet. Just wait. Yeah.